If you enjoy the Low Scale Gaming podcast, please leave us a like, review, and subscribe. Any feedback is welcomed, and I hope you enjoy the show. Hello, and welcome back to the Low Scale Gaming podcast. I'm your host, Fantasy, and as always, I'm joined by Conan Jones and Inferior Mage. Conan, how you doing today?
I'm tired. I spent all morning doing yard work and had to go to Home Depot to get a new blade for the lawnmower so I can finish mowing the backyard. And I've
Yeah.
never had to change a blade on a lawnmower.
Oh, it's so annoying.
It was actually relatively easy, but the one that I took off was messed up.
What'd you do? Hit a rock or something, and it just
we have all those trees in the backyard, and I'd
yeah.
just kind of been mowing over just little branches that have been on the floor. Well, I say branches, they're more like twigs. But I've just kind of been mowing over them, and now it's the same blade I had on it, or was on it whenever I got it from the pawn shop. So, I mean, it's just been time to replace it anyway.
Right.
But, I mean, it wasn't too bad to change it. I just had to go to Home Depot and buy one, so.
Yeah, I mean, they're really easy to change. I just didn't know. When I had to change mine this summer, I hit that concrete in those stupid concrete blocks that are buried in my ground.
Yeah.
And it's not even buried in there, flat. It's buried in there sideways or crooked to where the edge of a cinder block is sticking out.
That's I hate when they do that stuff.
I don't know why they did. It's so stupid. And as much as I complain about it, I should go dig it out. But that's a lot more work than I'm willing to do.
It's easier to complain about it, remember it's there, than it is to actually fix the issue.
Yes, exactly. So, but it's dumb. Mage, how are you doing?
I'm doing real well, actually.
That's good.
Really, really well.
I'm glad.
I'm feeling super good.
You've had a fun week this week.
Yeah, from the looks of your things, you're gonna have a good time.
Beat us on wins this week.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had I don't know. I had some big changes in my life, and I'm getting started to make that little turn and continue on. I just feel really good about it. So,
did you find a job yet in the city?
No, I've been applying and everything, and I've been looking at apartments and stuff, and I just feel like I'm in a good place. Like I said, I got a few months. I haven't been trying super hard, but I have looked and applied and stuff.
How are they doing your payment, and are you cashing out all your comp and overtime and stuff? My wife was asking how that was working. I was like, I don't. He's kind of
Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was just kind of, dude. You're fine.
They're supposed to give me. They're supposed to pay me for my comp time and my annual leave.
Jeez. So didn't you have a whole bunch of it?
Yeah, I had a whole lot of comp time and annual leave. I didn't touch my annual leave the entire time I was with my county.
Yeah.
Jeez.
So how much is that, if you don't mind me asking?
I don't know. They haven't given it to me yet.
So are they cashing it out just all of it, just one lump sum kind of thing?
I would assume so. It's kind of my fail of the week is that I was that in my retirement. I tried to call and ask about that stuff. The number that I was given, literally, I was given this stuff a week ago. They're like, hey, you should probably contact these people so that way you can get this stuff taken care of. And I called them yesterday during business hours. It wasn't it was ridiculous. I think I called them around 1 because I'm like, this shouldn't take too long. I'm just going to figure out what we're doing real quick. The number they gave me, this is my fail of the week, I guess, is the number they gave me was no longer in service.
So this number is no longer in service. If you believe you made this call by mistake or something, please hang up and dial again. Or dial 1 for more options.
No, it was the weirdest thing. I called them one time. I called the number one time, and it was just there was nothing, no sound, anything. and then it was just this big man voice saying, "This number is no longer in service."
What you
Like,
need? What you need,
no,
sir?
no, but like it was legit like that. Like it was the most aggressive male voice. But there was no ringing before it, nothing. Like it was automated. It was the weirdest thing. I was like, did I push in the wrong number? And so I hung up and I called the number again, and then it was just like a a disconnected tone where we go deet deet deet. And so I was like, this is so weird. Why is it doing something different every single time I call this number? And so I called it a third time, and instead of a big old manly male voice yelling at me, it was a female voice saying that this number is no longer in service.
What in
What
the
the?
world?
It made no sense, like zero sense. That's why I had to call it again, because I was just like, why is it doing this? It's just because this is like it was a different automated message every single time I called it, and so I went up to my office, and while I was turning my stuff in, I was telling my um, the lady who does all that stuff, I guess head of HR, but that's not really her position. But um, and she was like, well, I'll look up another number, because I thought that was the number that they had given me to give to you when I sent that email to you.
Yeah.
And so while I was turning all my stuff in, she gave me another number. It was a completely different number with a completely different person. So I guess whoever the number was before, they just like guess they like quit within the week that I got that number or
Heck
something.
yeah.
That's funny. That's
Which is
weird. But
yeah, it was super weird. And then so of course I called this number. Now this is about like 3:30 or something like that. So it's been a decent amount of time. And they just didn't answer. So I just left a voicemail and I never got a call back. So I have the number and stuff, and I was gonna call them again Monday, just to figure out what to do with my retirement. Like, I don't know if I guess I just cash it out.
are you not planning to work with
'Cause I can't-
CPS anymore?
Well, I am, but like it's just sitting there. So I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. Like I want to talk to the retirement person and talk to them about it before I really make a decision.
Yeah. Somebody who knows how all of that stuff actually works.
And it should be a lot of money actually in my retirement, because it's like, because they match what you put into it to an extent. Like it's like you put money into it and then they match it, and it's like I think they gave you like a little bit more or something. I don't remember.
Yeah.
But it's a pretty good retirement package. Especially when I was looking at like other stuff like 401ks and everything.
Yeah, so you have no idea how any of that stuff works.
And it's basically it's savings is what it is. It's the same thing as a Roth IRA, where you just put it in and you get a good return, and then you cash it out when you're old and retired.
Yeah, see,
But
I took a finance course in college, and I didn't learn jack from it. Like,
well, I took like 3 accounting courses in college. I'm literally like one accounting class towards a minors.
holy cow.
Why didn't you major in that then?
Uh, I almost did, but I was really close to graduating by the time I was there.
I'm done messing with it.
That's fair.
So
That's
I was
whenever.
like, I'm just
Remember when I
gonna.
switched to computer science for like 2 years? Then I
Yeah.
realized it was going to take me longer to do that than to finish my teaching career or my teaching one.
You seem relatively happy where you're at right now.
Yeah, it's all right.
More so with the title and the occupation than with your location.
No, I like where I teach at. I just
The current state
I
of
don't know.
affairs.
Yeah, that's what I don't like.
Yeah, it's dumbness on that part. But yeah, so I just wanted to talk to the retirement person, but I never could get a hold of them. So I guess that's my fail of the week. Even though I guess we weren't even at that area.
That's all right. I kind of like guessed on where to put the sound in, so I'm just gonna have to go back and listen to it. Just like put it in somewhere.
I guess okay. So we're in the fails of the week, I guess.
Yeah, it just kind of morphed into Mage telling his fail.
All
So,
right, Conan Jones, what's your
Because
fail of the week?
yeah,
um, so mine, like, we have timesheet changes coming out now. Like, DHS has shifted to being paid monthly to being paid twice a month.
Uh-huh.
So it's with that change, they're then changing the system and program that we use to clock in. So this whole week they've had training stuff that we've had to be in and watch how they do it. And all in all, it's pretty much the same program that's from a different company, but they have it to where we have to, or they want us to log in on our phone and punch in at the exact time that we start working and punch out. But before, we were just like, okay, crap, I haven't clocked in at all this week. Okay, Monday I got here about 8:45. I clocked out for lunch at 11:30, and you could just do your whole week at one time. But
or you could just be like me and put 8 to 12, 1 to 5, no matter what I did that week.
so yes, most of the time I would write it in my day planner because I have a little like a planner that I use to mock to write my mileage and stuff in and where I go and what I do and for what blah blah blah. But so we've had to do that training for that, and we have to submit these timesheets now weekly to be paid at all instead of just once a month. But with that time change and getting paid twice every 2 weeks, we now get less per month than we did prior.
Why?
So they worked the math out. There are 10 months out of the year that have 2 payment days per that month, and there are 2 months that have 3 payment days in those months just because of how the calendar falls.
Uh-huh.
So those 10 months that have 2, you're making less, but in those 2 that have 3, you're then making way more. So on paper, nobody's lost any money and everybody's getting still paid the exact same. Just your month to month is now less 90% of the time.
That's stupid.
Yeah, but it's how the rest of the state is doing stuff, and that's how the rest of the big companies are doing stuff. So that's what we have to do apparently. And it's
Yeah,
like,
you can't think of it as a monthly paycheck anymore because you're getting paid every other week.
yeah, but it's
Just yeah.
Because my whole deal is like all of our bills are set to our payment schedule and they're on direct deposit because nobody wants real money anymore. They just want you to swipe your card. And honestly, like I've gotten so used to that. Like I paid my student loans today for the first time in like 3 months just because I honestly have been forgetting to pay it, even though the payments have been turned off because of Corona. But since they've turned off the interest, we're still wanting to make payments, all that sort of stuff. But
yeah.
so now we have to change around all of our direct deposit timings and when bills get pulled out. And I don't even know if you can do that with some of them. Like,
Some of them do have like that set time where you do it and stuff, but
yeah.
I mean, some of them are a little bit more flexible. You might be okay.
So we'll see how all that plays out.
It's honestly probably going to be way more convenient because you get paid more often.
But see, I've gotten better with my money, so now I'm just like, give it all to me now.
Yeah,
Like
I'm actually really happy I get paid once a month because I just have everything figured out that I have to have figured out,
yeah.
and then from there I'm okay. Like,
because like fresh out of school, I'd have been like, heck yeah, let's do this every other week thing, so I don't have the temptation to spend it. But
yeah,
now that I've learned those lessons and spent that money where I shouldn't have and had to figure it out, like,
no, I understand that. No, I'm the same way. Like now that I know, like I have a monthly like budget meeting with myself, I guess, to figure out what I could spend on everything on, and then like all my I try to get all my auto payment, like my auto whatever bills stuff, to come out uh on the 10th,
Yeah.
and to get, because that's when I get paid. I either get paid by the 10th or the Friday before the 10th, or the 10th falls on a holiday or weekend. So that's why all my auto deposits come out on the, well, I'll do it on the 11th, not the 10th, just in case there's a mistake or something with it, you know.
Yeah. Because all of ours are just like, oh, well, you set this up on the 15th, so that's when your payment date is, and this one got set up and finalized on the 4th, so that's when your payment for that one is, and
Yeah, you should see if you can change those around. I'm sure you can, because like I could change around my the ones I don't think you could change around is like your like like your utility bills. Like those ones are pretty set. It's hard to change those ones around, but
yeah.
everything else should be okay, I think.
Yeah, I just need to do some looking at. I actually need to try to spend some time with my budget spreadsheet today. My wife is going clothes shopping for back to school
Back to
today.
virtual school.
Well, because
You,
she,
you dress for success.
You said my name. It wasn't me. It wasn't me this
Oh.
time.
Man,
It wasn't me.
um, so she's wanting stuff to be comfortable since she's doing online stuff, but she's still
PJ pants.
her school is
yoga
still
pants, just like 8 yoga pants.
yeah. Her school, the teachers are still going to school and doing it at the building. But
That's what mine is going to do if we have to switch over to it. And I don't know how I feel about it. I guess I'm okay with it, but I don't know.
because my
I want
whole
to teach
like I hate working from home because I don't have the self-discipline to get things done at home.
That's
Like,
fair. I'm the same way.
because like I like the option to do it, but whenever I tell myself, okay, I'm leaving the office at noon and I'm gonna go home and I'm gonna type all these things up and do what I need to do, and then I'll sit on the couch and I'll play with Baxter, or I'll watch TV, or I'll get on my computer, and then nothing gets done. It's like, well, I should have just stayed at the office and actually completed a task or something.
Yeah, I'm kind of the
That's
same
fair.
way too. Like occasionally, I can do it at the house, but I'll have to turn off the TV or something and turn off all distractions and then just kind of get my nose into the grindstone and do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I understand that. I guess I don't have the self discipline to.
Oh.
Sometimes I do, and most of the time I usually don't, to just get things done. I mean,
That's
my
fair.
boss let me go down to the elementary school during professional development, like to go work on stuff. What do you think actually happened?
Wait, what?
Did you fall asleep?
No. So I asked my boss if I can go down to elementary school so I can work on my room down there. So I went down there for a little bit, and it was about, quitting time was about, it's 3 o'clock. And I went down there at about 1.
Oh,
What time do you,
it's a ghost town whenever you show up.
yeah, I straight up left. I left at about 2:30 after I finished cleaning my room, because I realized I hadn't cleaned my room in a long time. Me and my brother are sitting there like wiping off all the cabinets with Clorox wipes, and those Clorox wipes are coming up looking doo-doo brown from all the dirt and stuff. And I was like,
Gross.
Yeah.
I should do this. It's not like it was like gross. It was just dirt and stuff, just from it not being cleaned since March, when I got out of there,
Yeah.
when it was a mad dash out of there. So
Because y'all got out for spring break, right?
yeah, we got up for spring break and never came back.
Never went back. Man, I have another fail that I just realized. Like, that lady told me she was going to comp my float, and she didn't.
Comp your float? What's that mean?
So you didn't even listen last week. You gave us crap and didn't even listen to the episode? Yeah,
All right.
sounds about right.
I think you listened like for the
All right.
first 5
3
minutes.
Yeah.
All right.
When,
So
when we were joking around.
when I listened to the podcast, it was at 6 o'clock in the morning, and I went back to sleep. And I
You're the
listened to the
worst.
very beginning of it, and I was just like, "Oh, this is awful," and then I went back to sleep.
You're the worst. Like we were goofing around at the very beginning, like for the first 3 minutes, and then it was a perfectly good podcast.
Oh, well, I didn't hear the perfectly good part.
Like, because I listened to the whole thing yesterday.
Yeah.
I was like, "This is pretty good." I have no idea what he's
I'm
whining about.
glad I made y'all mad. That's funny. For the people that don't know, I gave them crap about thinking the podcast was bad. I told them I listened to it, and I didn't.
That's
I
why
just
I
wanted to
just let
see the
you guys.
reaction.
That's why I let you guys fight, because I was like, I know he didn't even listen to it. Like,
I did listen to it.
okay, the first minute and a half doesn't count. Yeah, the first minute and a half was kind of weird because my wife popped in. I had just got off the phone with my mom. She was in town for a what's it called, a wedding shower for one of the ladies I went to school with. That's good friends with them. And we were worried that my mom was just going to pop in over at the house. So we were like cleaning frantically, and she heard that I was on the phone with her before we started, and she popped in. It's like, your mom coming over? Blah, blah, blah. And I was like, no, well, we just started, and then Paige wanted me to keep it all in. But,
Yeah, it was just funny. It was funny to me.
But
It's funny. The best part about it is that Mage got super baited into it and just got so mad. And I was sitting there yesterday at work, and I was cracking up. My brother comes and looks at me. He's like, "Why are you laughing so hard?" And I was like, You don't understand."
Sometimes Finn sucks, and sometimes I got to call him out on it.
It was so funny. Mage got so butthurt. Like, I almost had to drop the butthurt anonymous name, but
Just don't be a jerk, man.
I wasn't being a jerk. That was
it's
being
also
funny.
ironic. It's like, we need to be more professional as you're playing WoW right now.
I'm not playing WoW.
What are you playing?
I'm playing League of Legends.
Oh, that's better.
Clickety clacking.
And to be fair, I'm not like doing a match or anything. I'm just testing out Yone. Or Yone, whatever his name is. I was doing a bot game.
Do you pronounce
But
the
no, I'm
E
not.
for his name?
I guess you do. I think you do. So I thought it was Yone, but I think it is Yone. Like, that's not me like messing up pronouncing it. I think it is Yone.
Yeah.
Which is really weird.
I've heard it multiple ways, just with different videos I've seen. But
yeah, I've heard it say Yone. I heard it say Yone. So I don't know. I don't care one way or another. All right.
I prefer Yone.
My fail this week is just going back to work, and already COVID cases are popping up left and right, like ugly pimples across the state.
Mm-hmm.
And in the schools districts. So, I honestly, if we make it to September with school still being in session, I will be very surprised. I was saying a month, but now after reading the news today of like all these different schools and stuff having COVID cases and stuff like that, and to the point where there's a spreadsheet now of the different schools having it, I feel like the state board has to act and just move everybody to virtual learning, because this is a bit much.
Have you met our governor?
No, I didn't say our governor. I said the state board of education.
Have you seen our state board of education?
Is Hoffmeister still in charge?
Is that the lady?
Yeah.
Yeah,
she's like the
she's still the
state superintendent.
State superintendent or whatever. Yeah.
Because I have less strong feelings about Hoffmeister than I did about the lady before her.
Yeah, the lady before her was awful.
Because Hoffmeister was actually a teacher, right?
I think so.
The lady before her wasn't.
Yeah,
right?
So I think something like that. I don't even honestly
I think that's why everybody didn't like her. I don't know. That's what I remember. But I didn't like the. I don't know what's gonna happen. I really don't. It's just I really don't think that we're going to be having school in 2 weeks from now or a month from now. I don't know. but we will go from there.
Yeah, Janet
Anyway,
Baresi was the one before Hoffmeister,
yeah, she was awful.
from 11 to 15.
All right, so let's go
Oh,
topic one.
Lordy.
It's gonna be a little bit different. How? Because we had this conversation before we got onto the podcast today, and we learned a very tragic thing from Conan Jones is that he does not like cold pizza, and I couldn't fathom not liking cold pizza. It's like cold. Do you not like cold spaghetti either?
What kind of monster eats cold spaghetti?
What?
Just
Wow.
like leftover spaghetti that you, with marinara sauce and meat, and you just put it in the fridge and just eat it
Yeah,
straight
it's
from
in
the
the fridge.
fridge.
It's left over from the night before. Then you just make your bowl of it and put it in. Man,
Oh,
that's like legitimately really the only way I like spaghetti.
I'll
Mage,
eat
where are
cold
you on this
spaghetti,
one?
but so on cold spaghetti, I'll eat it, but I
Uh,
prefer hot spaghetti.
I mean, hot spaghetti's okay, but man, I loved my dad's spaghetti, and like it's good whenever he'd make it. But man, it was so much better when it was cold. And cold spaghetti's the best.
Y'all are
Cold,
monsters.
okay, so Conan Jones doesn't eat cold pizza, and instead of warming it up in the oven, which is like the recommended way and like the really good way to eat it, he eats it or he warms it up in the microwave, which makes it from
So,
from cold pizza to a rubbery piece of pizza.
so while you said that, that is not what I said.
You said you warm it up in the microwave.
I said I would
Said he-
rather warm it up in the microwave and have it turn into rubber than eat it cold.
Then what do you do with your pizza then?
I usually put it in the oven.
You did not say that earlier.
That's I did not say that earlier, but that's not what we were saying.
He did say that he would rather have it in the microwave than eat it cold.
Like,
He didn't say that was how he ate pizza.
Yeah, but whenever Mage asked if you put it in the oven, you never gave us an answer.
I don't guess I heard him ask that. I normally,
I don't think I
whenever
did
I
ask
heat it
that.
up, I do heat it up in the oven, like because
Okay,
the
so I
oven.
misunderstood the. Okay, so I misunderstood. Still, cold pizza's convenient.
It is very convenient, and
It
I
tastes-
do like cold pizza.
I don't know what. I don't know why you don't like cold pizza. That's so weird. What? Why don't you like cold pizza? Tell me that.
Because I've always had a microwave. Like, I know how to push buttons on a microwave. Why would I eat
It's
it
fair.
cold when I can eat it hot?
Have you ever had cold pizza?
Yeah. And it's not good. Like, it gets all congealed and it's just, I don't like it.
It depends on the pizza. What pizza do you get? That's the real question.
Growing up, it was always Pizza Hut because that's all we had.
Yeah, pizza's fine cold. I had that just now for lunch.
Do you get like thin
I get-
crust
I get thin
or
crust.
or
No, it's always pan. Or
Okay,
hand
pan
tossed.
is awful to eat cold
Okay.
because it gets really chewy. Pans are really gross.
now
Pizza
we've come to the
anyways.
heart of the issue. It's pan pizza. That's the issue.
You like pan
Not
pizza?
cold.
The thicker the crust, the better. I hate cracker crust. I hate cracker. My dad
Oh.
loved cracker crust, and it was like they had to order 2 pizzas because I could not eat it. There's nothing to it. You have to eat the whole pizza to have any sort of fulfillment and to be full from eating it.
It's not true at all.
It is.
Yeah,
It's
I
exactly
love-
true.
It's not true at all.
I love cracker crust. Like cracker
It's
crust is
thin
good.
crust, but yes, it's
Well,
thin
it's for
crust
Domino's.
pizza.
Domino's
Thin
has
crust-
cracker crust, and then
thin crust
everywhere else is
pizza
thin crust.
is the preferable only way to have pizza. Hand toss is fine too when you get those big New York style pieces, but thin crust is where it's at. Thick crust like pan crust is gross because you're just biting into it and it's just nothing but just grease, and it just that grease hits your bottom of your mouth and it's just
See, I like thin crust because I like the texture.
I do too. I like the texture too.
I'm a texture guy, and it tastes really good, but the texture is what gets me. That's why I like thin crust.
I have less of
My
a
next favorite, yeah.
Go
Go
ahead.
ahead.
as I have less of an issue with thin crust as opposed to cold or hot, but The thicker the dough is definitely the way to go.
If I eat cold pizza and it's like pan pizza, I won't eat the crust, but I'll eat the rest of it. Now, if it's thin crust though, I'll eat all of it, like I did.
Yeah,
I don't like that doughy breaded crust. I like stuffed crust, but even then, at a point, I don't really like stuffed crust cold either. Like I'll just rip it open and eat the cheese and the mozzarella stick that's out of it But
I don't like stuffed crust. I don't. It's like
I don't really either. It's really gimmicky. Like when I was a kid, I thought it was the coolest thing, but now it's just they put mozzarella sticks inside of the crust.
It's not even mozzarella sticks. It's just mozzarella cheese.
Yeah.
Like if it was like fried, if it was like fried mozzarella sticks, that was the crust. Maybe I'd like it because that's like that'd be awesome. Like that's fried mozzarella sticks. Those are delicious.
We're going places with this conversation now.
But it's just mozzarella and a lot of dough, and the dough is not. Sometimes the dough doesn't get fully cooked because it has the mozzarella in it.
Yeah.
And I'm just like not about it. I'm not a big fan of just bread. I guess.
Either. I don't like bread.
It's not. Much. I much prefer toast over soft bread. Again, it's a texture thing. I don't know if it's like maybe some kind of autism deal or something. I don't know. But
age has autism.
Just put yourself on the spectrum a little bit for.
I don't know if I actually have autism. I think my dad does, and I know my brother does.
What does your brother have? Is it Asperger's?
Well, Asperger's isn't a thing anymore.
It's not?
No, it's not.
No.
It's just a spectrum of autism.
So they just renamed it.
Well, it's just a part of autism now.
Got you.
It's like we learn more about autism, so we figure out that titles like Asperger's is meaningless because it just means autism.
Yeah.
There's no point in calling it Asperger's.
Okay, so let's see how I word this without getting in trouble.
Here, I'll go ahead and mark it.
That's fine. So whenever I view autism, I think of like the kids that JoJo Jones teach that are like super. That are like they can't not high functioning and can't like take care of themselves. Just go around and being. I don't know how to say it without being super offensive.
So what you have in your brain is what's called severe
intellectual disabilities.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, that's what I view as
autism. And severe intellectual disabilities could include autism, but it's not typically the cause of autism.
Yeah.
And then like Asperger's is just like somebody that's awkward and doesn't know how to hold conversations.
Yeah, I mean that's pretty much a lot of people have autism because it's a like Conan was saying, it's a big old spectrum.
Okay, so do I have autism then because I don't like talking to people?
I mean, yeah, but I only say that because I want to make fun of you.
Why are you going to make fun of somebody that has autism? Man,
no, I'm just messing with you.
Me sitting here trying not to be offensive. Here comes Mange. I'm going to make fun of you because you have autism.
I'll make fun of Finn for autism. Yeah. I won't make fun of regular people who are autism.
Me trying not to be offensive.
It's just one more thing to make fun of you for. Not.
I think it's more of you deserve it rather.
What do I do? So I deserve to have autism? Is what you're saying?
You know, you deserve to be fun
of. Okay.
Can we go back to the pizza spaghetti conversation? Jesus Christ.
I say, how did you guys get off on... Oh, because, okay, never mind. I had to walk it back in my brain. How did we get off onto the spectrum conversation?
Anyways, cold pizza's amazing. Like, thin crust, cold pizza, masterpiece. Okay?
Give me a
pan pizzas.
Big
I don't
old
like
thick
pizza.
Chicago deep dish any day of the week.
Ew! That's
see.
Chicago
that's the
style is the worst style of pizza.
Except
that's what I was going to say.
It's just tomato sauce. Like it's basically tomato soup with like crust around it.
no, it's a pie. Like, how do you not like pie? That's what I'm saying. Like, I either like it thin crust or Chicago style. Like, those are the two styles of pizza that I really like.
That's like the either extreme.
We have to
Yeah,
go
I don't
through
know
that.
why. It's just like I love Chicago style pizza. Like,
We also
it's
have
just
to
you
go
get
back
a
to that. I
thick
don't
old
like
piece of
tomatoes.
pie. It's mostly just like cheese, honestly. They
It's
put tomato
just,
sauce on the top.
I just don't like
I
tomato
like
sauce. Like I don't like tomatoes
everything
on
underneath it.
sauce.
Everything underneath it's like cheese and whatever else you put into it. I also really like supreme pizzas. Like I like my pizzas
Fruit
like
pizza's pretty
loaded with.
good.
Yeah, I like my pizzas loaded with stuff. Like
The
I
only
feel
thing I
like
don't
cheese
like
pizza is
supreme,
worthless.
the only thing I don't like on supreme pizza is I don't like the green peppers, and that's just because green peppers are really don't have a good flavor to me. But everything else on supreme pizza, I'm about.
Yeah. Yeah, I like my pizzas with as much stuff as I can put into it in it.
Yeah,
Because I feel like it's a value type thing. Like first of all, I like those stuff and it tastes better with it on. But like when I see people with like that like only eat like cheese pizza or something like that, I'm just like, man, it's just like you're throwing your money away.
yeah. I don't know how the
It's
people that
like
have just eat with pan pizza or cheese pizza just like does. I don't understand. Like even
yeah,
if you
because
like
it's just
being
like,
vegetarian and stuff, and like
well,
just
see,
getting
yeah, that's the
cheese pizza,
thing.
like get supreme or get something. It's yeah, I got
There's
you.
no, there's some really good vegetarian pizzas out there that are not cheese pizzas. But I'll be like, I'm not a vegetarian, but I'll eat it because I think it's a good pizza. um, but like cheese pizza is just like every pizza comes with cheese.
My
There's
dad
no
used to
real
my dad used to
difference.
say as if we were getting cheese pizza, that I might as well just go in the kitchen, get two pieces of bread, put cheese in between it, and put ketchup on it. That's what and that's cheese pizza to him. So
Like you could just like I've had like cheese toast is good, but it's like I'm not gonna say cheese pizza tastes bad. It's just I feel like it's just such a waste.
it's just you could be doing so much. You could be doing so much more with it than
Yeah,
just
exactly.
cheese.
Just it's just so disappointing.
So cheese pizza is not endorsed by the Low Scale Gaming Podcast.
I don't know how's Conan feel about cheese pizza.
It's 2-1 anyways if he likes it or not. So
There's nothing wrong with cheese pizza. Sometimes you just want it plain. Like sometimes you just don't want it on there. I
But see, that's what I'm saying. Like I think the taste is fine for cheese pizza because especially when they like oh, it's like a 5 cheese pizza or something, so they add more cheese to it. I just feel like it's a waste.
yeah, cheese. Just to be honest, cheese on pizza. If they add another cheese to it, it all just tastes the same.
Yeah, I don't think it tastes that different.
Like the 5 cheese pizza is just extra cheese, basically. It's not really
Well,
like
I think the problem is that they use like the sharp cheddar or whatever,
yeah.
so you don't get the taste of the other cheeses. So there's like no point. You
I
just
don't know.
have more cheese.
Like it's cool that if you like cheese pizza, but man, you got to throw on some toppings on there. Like even if it's just one, what's your one topping go to? Mage.
That's hard for me. As I like a toss up between sausage and pepperoni.
My
I
my
guess sausage.
my
I mean, because
always
I
go to
I
is
prefer
pepperoni.
sausage.
I love the little kick of pepperoni. Oh, it's so good. Conan Jones, what's yours?
I'm kind of with him. I'm kind of between the sausage or the pepperoni. Like most of the time we'll go pepperoni just because that's what my wife likes more. I was like
Yeah,
I have no quarrels against a solid pepperoni pizza. Like
yeah.
Yeah, like
Usually,
solid pepperoni pizza is pretty darn good.
like pizza has this three topping deal right now, and what I get is I get double pepperoni and sausage on it. So like I'm with y'all too on there. I just like pepperoni more than sausage.
yeah,
That's fair. Like as a kid, I liked sausage much more than pepperoni, but
Yeah,
now as an adult, like I could go either or. In fact, sometimes I even prefer pepperoni over sausage now than what I did when I was a kid.
Right.
So it's weird, but both of them are like super good to me.
So cold pizza, no, not cheese pizza, and sausage and pepperoni endorsed by Low Scale Gaming Podcast. Right.
I think that's okay
All right.
for me at
That's
least.
a good list.
We'll
So,
argue about the
Good.
thin
so we're
crust
gonna make Conan
standard.
Jones eat a week's worth of cold pizza to get him on board, and then we'll talk next week about it.
Ugh.
Conan Jones, how mad would you be if people were just like sending you pizzas to your house?
Here's my address. Like,
No, but the thing is, like, they were like cold.
No, send it to
I have an oven and a
No,
microwave
and
in
you
my
and you
house.
couldn't warm them up. Like if you tried to warm them up, they would just vanish.
I
the
mean,
magical pizzas.
Yes, magical pizzas.
if it's free pizza, I mean, I'll eat it cold. I literally am not allowed to warm them up. Like,
Yes, yes, you're not allowed to warm them up.
I mean, I'm
It's
not
like
a
those Marco's pizzas, but you have to, instead of like putting it in your oven at home, you just cut it up and eat it there.
oh, dude.
And then they only send you to they only send it to your PO box. So sometimes you'll forget about it. So you get like all right.
Ew. That's nasty.
My wife
If
brought
you don't
home,
forget about it, then you're fine. But
my wife brought home one of the Papa Murphy's pizzas a while back. And that was actually
How are
really
those?
good.
I've seen those, like those ones in like the Marco's pizzas where you like they'll deliver it to you, but I've never actually like got it. And there's like a Marco's pizza like around the corner for me.
Yeah, I've never had Marco's, but the Papa Murphy's we had, it was a pretty big pizza, like for like $10 if I remember. But it was, if you would have got it at like Pizza Hut, it would have been double that price. And
Yeah.
see,
because it's
the
not.
deal with that stuff is like I'm just not convinced that if I'm going to pick up a pizza and pay that much, I'm just not convinced that I should have to cook it.
Yeah, but like if it's literally half off from what you get from Pizza Hut, and all you have to do is preheat your oven to 400 and throw it in there for 30 minutes.
Then I'm going to get me a Tony's or a Red Baron pizza. It's $2.
Ew.
Tony's and Red Baron are pretty good.
No, they are not.
They have gotten better here recently than
Have
they
they?
were.
Okay.
Yeah,
I think they're solid.
my wife's
You guys
found
can be your picky eaters.
she's found a keto
Picky eater.
pizza that like the whole thing's only like 4 or 5 carbs.
Ooh.
So she's been doing
Impressive.
those a bunch. I know, right?
Is it good? Like
I've actually never had it. They're not super big. They're big enough where like she'll have some now and then she'll take some for lunch the next day or something like that.
Mhm.
But yeah,
All right. Let's go ahead and move into topic 2 this week and talk about.
I feel like we talked about the pizza thing for way longer than we intended to.
we're at 43 minutes in.
So Epic versus Apple / Google now.
Yeah, whenever I put it in here, it was just Apple.
Yeah, I was reading this on this last night, and it is a bit. I'm not sure how it all started. I just know that Fortnite is not available to play on the iOS and Google phones. That's all I know about it.
So what it came down to is that Epic was trying and pushed a discount on their in-app purchases that if you paid Epic directly, you got the discount, but if you used like the iOS or Apple Pay or whatever the Google Pay, you had to pay the normal price for whatever it was you were buying. So they made this claim that, we want to offer you as our players and the gamers who play our games and buy the stuff, we want to offer you this discount, but Google and Apple are telling us, no, you can't, and you have to use our stuff. So it's like, if once they stop taking so much of a cut, we'll pass the savings directly on to you kind of thing.
Yeah.
So now I
Which
guess,
wacky way from February feeling too bad.
yeah. So now like Epic is suing Apple or vice versa, one of the two, because they've got the Fortnite kicked off of the App Store,
Yeah.
and
It's
it's
Epic. I know Epic suing Apple and Google. I know that.
okay.
Uh, the other thing I saw was that they did a shot for shot remake, but with Fortnite characters of Apple's 1840 or 1948 video about them releasing computers and stuff. I don't know if you've ever seen that, but it's pretty funny.
Yeah, I don't guess I've seen that one.
I mean, it's a pretty dark. Do you know anything about 1948?
It's a couple years after World War II ended, but
No, Jesus Christ. No. So 1948 is a book, and it talks a lot about like Big Brother and everything like that. That's just the very bare bones of it, but it goes into more detail about like what's going to happen and stuff and that sort of stuff.
I thought that was like
But
87 or something like that.
no, 1984.
84,
No,
84.
yeah, it's 84.
Okay.
Anyways, so when Apple was releasing the first iMac, they released a 1984 commercial about like there's people standing or there's like it's black and white, and there's people sitting in like a dimly lit auditorium or whatever, and this guy's on the screen just talking about what's going on and everything and how the world is and stuff, and it's like this chick that looks like a Hooters waitress. Right, I'm serious. Is running up with a sledgehammer and does the hammer spin thing from the Olympics and tosses it into the screen, and and then everyone just like freaks out. But they did a shot for shot remake of it, but with Fortnite characters in for Fortnite's thing, and then they released the thing saying Epic Games is suing Apple and whatever. They have the hashtag free Fortnite now for it. Like they
Free
were
Fortnite.
they were ready to go to war with Apple and Google. Like they were ready.
I mean, after like me and Mage kind of ragging on Tencent and Epic last week, like if somebody's gonna take on Google and Apple, it's gonna have to be some other giant corporation like that.
Yeah, because I mean, Fortnite's what a I know it's in the $1 billion that it makes now. I'm pretty sure,
Oh
and
yeah, I'm sure.
Apple's a $1 billion company, if not a $1 trillion company. So, I mean, I don't know who's gonna win. I don't know whose side I'm on with it. It's more that I'm just like sitting there with popcorn and just watching it.
It's like the meme of let's watch them fight.
Yeah,
What is
I
it?
don't know. I really don't know whose side I would be on with it. I guess if I had to like pick, I guess since Epic's a consumer, I'm on the side of the consumer, but
So
I really
like I
don't
was
want to be because I don't like Fortnite that much.
I think it's probably less about Fortnite, just the game. This is just kind of the instance of what is happening to start all this. But I guess to kind of understand the reasoning for that rule, because their terms of service is that apps have to use their ecosystem and payment systems to
Mhm.
then get a cut of whatever it is, because they're just making more money from microtransactions as opposed to people also just paying for the apps and stuff. So it's
All right.
I don't know where that was going.
I
I'm just
think
kind
like
of
they pay like I think like every app like does like 30% or something like that. That you have to like pay 30% or whatever the consumers pay into your app or whatever.
back to Apple to host
Yeah,
it.
back to Apple or something like that.
Yeah.
So the what I was reading about it, the only one that gets a discount from it is Amazon Video, and they only have to do 15%. And other streaming sources like Netflix has a special rule too. I don't know what their special rule is, but I know they have one.
They're
So
probably just big enough that they can
yeah,
broker those deals.
yeah, and I think that's the thing is that Epic's big enough to be able to broker that deal now too. But
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know how many people actually play Fortnite on the phone.
It must be enough for this to be this big of a deal.
Yeah, let's say it must be big enough to cause this much of a tizzy. So we'll
Yeah.
see what happens. I don't know how it's gonna go, to be honest. It could just be it just could be a it's probably gonna be one of those things that's settled out of court, and then we're not gonna know what happens to it, and then it just gets swept under the rug kind of thing.
Yeah, ever.
Like pretty much every big corporation that goes head to head.
Um,
That's probably what's gonna happen.
I'm sure somebody will see whatever comes of it, and if they have to like change the terms of service or whatever the case may be, like I'm
Yeah.
sure somebody will post it out or whatever it is. I don't know. I thought that was interesting though. It's just like that's all I'm seeing on the internet here recently. So
Yeah. That's all I was reading too. I was reading it last night before I went to bed. But we'll see what goes happens, and then we'll talk about it again.
yeah,
All right, let's move to topic 3. What have y'all been playing this week?
I have played a little bit of. I finished my Subnautica playthrough on that one. Um,
Did you survive and get off the planet or whatever?
I did, but I cheated and used cheat codes and stuff like that because I didn't want to play it for real.
Yeah.
But I just kind of wanted to experience the story again.
So what is the story? All I remember is that you get shot down or something, and you're in this water planet.
Yeah, so you're in the water planet. Um, you end up getting infected by a disease that you then have to try to cure. You go throughout the world and you find like different crash pods and stuff from your ship and unlock all of your different technology, but then you're also finding like alien structures and like old
Under the water.
under the water and different places like that, as well as like bases from people that were there before you. So you're kind of piecing this story together by picking up voice pods and time capsules and stuff like that, but it ends up like there's this just like total spoilers, but we'll just get into it.
That's fine. I don't.
Yeah, I never get into it. There's a large alien containment center that's in like the very deepest part of it that you have to get down into that is housing this like big old dragonfish lady that her the blood of that particular species contains an antibody to fight and cure this disease that's like going throughout the cosmos.
Mm-hmm.
So the people before you were trying to they created these alien structures to try to study the species and to harness the pretty much start a farm pretty much to raise these animals to
People.
yeah
Oh.
to get the disease enzyme from this animal. So you meet the big monster lady and she talks with you and just like, hey, like I just want to get my kids out of here. They're in these eggs down here. You have to hatch these eggs. So you have to like she gives you this recipe and you have to hatch these eggs and they go out into the ocean and then they just swim around and poop out these little like orbs of antibodies that then cure the planet of this disease.
Mm-hmm.
And then you just build a rocket and you leave. So
How, how do you fire the rocket when there's no land?
it's like a big floating platform, kind of like what SpaceX catches their stuff on.
Uh,
It's like that, except for shooting it off.
okay. That's weird.
Yeah,
I wouldn't
it's
expect that game to go that way, but
And that's what caught me so off guard with it, because I was just expecting like a Minecraft survival kind of build stuff in the ocean,
yeah,
but it had
yeah.
this big old deep story of like,
I mean, that's cool. It had a big old deep story, though.
yeah, because there's this part where this rescue ship comes to save you, and they're like, oh hey, there's this island over here that has this alien building on it, like let's meet over there. Cool, so you're over there at a certain time, and it kind of comes out of the atmosphere, and this building starts moving and spinning, and turns out it's just like a big gun and just shoots the rescue plane out of the sky, and you're just like, oh crap, what's going on? So you can't turn off the gun building until you cure yourself of the disease,
Mhm.
because it's the quarantine enforcement platform. So it shoots anything coming in or coming out to
Oh,
keep everything on planet.
okay. That's. I did not expect that game to have that.
Yeah, that much
Yeah, it's a
stuff.
good story. It's a good
When
story.
I played it, it was just like, oh hey, you crashed on this planet that's only water. Get out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, make these batteries so you can swim faster. That's yeah,
And I was just like, yeah, this isn't my kind of game.
and fell off of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it definitely goes some places when you stick with it. But did that. The Factorio is finally out of early access, so it's on Steam right now. I downloaded the demo for it, so I'm seeing if it's going to be worth $30 to grab or not. Um,
Mhm. Mage, what have you been
yeah.
playing?
I was playing. Let me think. Sorry.
It's all good.
Crosscode. I got it off the Xbox Game Pass. Um, it's a it's like one of the it's like an action RPG type thing. The story is like you're basically in an MMO,
Mhm.
but the character you're playing doesn't have any memories, and there's something special about her because she's not actually human. And it was really fun. I got like chapter 4 right now, so there's still plenty of game left for me to do on that.
What was it called?
Okay.
Crosscode.
So is it like coding? Like,
No. You're in an MMO.
okay,
It's
that's
just it's just like literally it plays like an MMO. Like
yeah.
you but it's a solo game and everything.
Okay.
And it has its like own story and stuff. It's
There's
pretty good.
I was seeing
Yeah.
if that like fit the name at all or anything, but
Uh,
No.
I've been playing. I started getting back into Destiny again. It's the Solstice of Heroes right now, so it's like this 2 3 month long event that you get this armor and you could go do different things throughout the. Basically, you just get the armor and you can level it up by playing the game, just doing every bit of content. It's pretty fun. It's mindless fun to just go and log on and go shoot aliens kind of deal. It's fun to play, especially after being stressed out of work. And I'm still playing World of Warcraft here and there. The the pre-patch event's probably going to hit in about a month or so, so looking forward to that. But kind of taking a step back from WoW and a step into Destiny per se.
uh, I saw a thing about WoW yesterday. It was on Facebook.
Mhm.
Crap, what was it about? I
It's
saved it.
about Activision not paying their players or paying their workers.
No, it was something in game. Um, it was some sort of it was dirty tactics. Continue with ad blocker. I never want to turn my ad blocker off. Quit asking me.
Yeah,
Um,
Yeah, why would everyone do that?
to open the gates of uh
Encourage.
yeah, that whole stuff.
Oh, so that's classic. Wow, that's different from what I've been playing.
Okay, I just
So,
saw that and I
so,
was reading it.
so there's a big event going on right now. The Gates of Encourage, and it opens up the next raid from Classic WoW. It's basically a big old server wide event. I don't know much about it because I never did it, but it's a lot of both sides, Horde and Alliance, have to work together to get war supply or war resources turned in so they can ring the gong of the Armani, and then you go into Encourage and fight the bosses in there.
Yeah,
I'm sure there's more to it than that. I don't play Classic WoW, and I didn't play then, so I don't know anything about it.
yeah. There's definitely like the quick and dirty version of it.
Yeah,
It was just reading through like all of the stuff that they have to collect and make, all the bandages and
yeah, all the bandages and everything.
people like uh, trying to get other accounts banned of people in other guilds to
Yeah, the people that hold the scepters or whatever.
yeah, because
I read
if you read the gong or ring the gong or something, you get some sort of title that's like
get
super
a mount
rare.
and a title. Yeah,
Yeah, I thought I read through that. I kind of thought it was interesting, but
I never cared that much about on like vanilla WoW stuff. Like I don't. Classic was fun for about 2 days for me, and then I was just like, yeah, I don't like this. This is not fun. This is not my game. So I
uh,
didn't care that much about it. But other people are out there and it's making Blizz money, so whatever.
yeah.
All right, let's go jump into Would You Rather. All right, Conan Jones, what you got for us this week?
So we saved this one from last week because I kind of wanted you to be here for it. Would you rather have the Iron Man suit or Thor's hammer Mjolnir?
Okay, so does this come with like being the person too, saying if you have the Iron Man suit, you have all of Tony Stark's money, and if you have Mjolnir, does it come with being like Prince of Asgard and everything like that, or is it just strictly, hey, I find this on the side of the road, you can only have one Iron Man suit or Mjolnir?
Hmm.
I would go with the second one.
Okay,
That you just find him
it
on the
doesn't
side of
change
the
the
road.
answer for me, anyways. I want the Iron Man suit.
So you remember this? You remember the scene in Endgame whenever Hulk puts on the Iron Man gauntlet with the
Yeah.
stones in it? I can just see that suit having to do that. It's sees Finn walking up. It's like, oh,
Oh, shut up.
Oh, that was mean.
sorry.
Conan Jones acting like it wouldn't do the same thing for him too.
Oh no, it would still have to be like, oh, slink, 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 slink.
but it is one size fits all. So
Yeah, yeah. Because the way that I thought that was just like you either just have the suit or you just have the hammer, but you are worthy and can do the things the hammer does, like
Fly.
beat stuff up
strike,
and
use lightning. Basically, you get the powers of Thor once you right. That's what the
Yeah.
hammer does. It gives you the powers of Thor.
Yeah,
yeah,
that's why Beta Ray Bill got it.
The Beta Ray Bill got his own thing.
He got the axe,
Stormbreaker.
Stormbreaker.
Now Thor got both of those.
Yeah, it's really weird how they went with that. But
OP.
anyways. No, I'd go with the Iron Man suit.
Honestly, I probably would also like.
I mean, at the end of the day, would you want a robot suit or a hammer? Like, yeah,
It's a
it
really
shoots
strong
lightning.
hammer.
Yeah, it shoots lightning and everything, and other people can't pick it up and stuff. But I mean, it's a robot suit.
I would choose the Iron Man suit too. Because
Yeah.
like you can fly with the hammer, but you have to like spin it really fast.
And sling it.
And the Iron Man suit comes with its like own AI.
Jarvis or Friday.
There's just so many more uses you can do with the Iron Man suit.
Yeah. Yeah, Iron Man suit wins.
So after rewatching like Endgame and Infinity War, I felt really dumb because I didn't notice that the AI changed in the suit after Vision was made, and it turns to
Yeah, because
Friday.
Jarvis became Vision.
Yeah, like,
Jarvis became Vision.
yeah. The first time I watched it, like I realized like that's what happened. Jarvis is now Vision or part of Vision. Blah blah blah. But I don't guess it really processed in my brain that Tony had to change to Friday. And I watched it. I was like, oh yeah, he's popping in a new AI core or whatever it is. And it's like, okay, I don't know why that didn't process in my brain the first time watching it. So that's just a little dumb moment.
That's fine.
Okay, I have a personal would you rather.
All right.
Okay, would you rather have 4 cars, 3 of them not working, and park them all on the road, or park your own goddamn cars in your own parking lot in your own driveway?
Feel like this is feel like this is real
This is
life
very
right
personal. This is very personal.
like out in front of Conan Jones reporting live from Conan
Yeah.
Jones front yard.
So I mowed this morning, and
Okay.
our yard was just massively. It's grown up so fast. So
Yeah.
cut it all out, and this car was parked 2 of them parked in front of our yard. Like, you guys have been to my house. My road
Yeah.
is super narrow. The ones guys across the street always park their one car that works in the driveway because the dude's 3 project cars are in his driveway and don't move, don't have tires, whatever. I've come to terms with that. Our neighbor to the
Okay.
side now, he's got one car for sale that I've never seen move, and he's got probably a 4-car drive. He can fit 4 cars in there. He has 2
Okay.
in front of his house, and then 2 in front of my house, and 1 car in his driveway.
Why?
That is a good question. I do not know why. Am I justified in being pissed off about that?
Yeah. Call the police.
Okay. So that being said, as I was mowing, I made it a point to blow all of my clippings onto these cars because it was just wet. And they
Is it
can't.
the same
Conan.
neighbors that had like 8 cars when I was there?
Yeah, the ones are like right next door to us, like
Oh,
same
yeah.
side of the
That's
road.
awful.
Petty
So annoying.
Jones.
Oh, I'm
That's
just like,
funny.
if if it doesn't move and it doesn't work, like, sell it, get rid of it, like, or at least park it in your yard. Get it out of
Hey,
the
that's what I'm
road.
doing with my PT Cruiser. It's just parked in the yard. It hasn't moved in a month or a year now, almost.
Yeah, it's like, don't leave it in front of my house and then come home and be pissed off at me because I cut my grass onto your car. It's
Wait, did
like,
he say something to you?
yeah, this lady came out and she was like, "Why are you blowing stuff?" And I was like, "It's parked in front of my damn house." Like,
What'd she say?
she just huffed and went back inside. And I was like, "That's right, expletive."
That's fair.
What? I don't understand why they parked it in front of your house.
Yeah, good. It's a good question. Like, I don't
Get
understand it
that out of my
either.
house.
If they didn't think that like something was gonna happen to it, like I don't know why.
Like, there are
So
times like you have people over, you're having like a bunch of people over. I get it.
yeah,
But
but even then, like I park on the street, like the other street. I don't park in front of your house though. Still,
but like, you know, see what I'm getting at? Like, even like,
yes,
if somebody's parked in front of my house, it's whatever. But when it's there like 95% of the time, but you don't park in your own parking in your own driveway, like,
yeah, I got you. That's stupid. She's stupid for getting mad.
yeah.
We should go
Whenever,
punch her in the face.
yeah, whenever Mage
Go
was here,
punch her in the face.
when Mage was here last week, my neighbor across the street, she always backs in and she parks it like 3 inches away from the stop sign, which I know is illegal. I know
Oh yeah,
you're,
it's illegal.
yeah. So I saw
I
her,
almost cussed.
yeah, I saw her pull in, but instead of coming from the other way and just like, you know, kind of parallel parking, she pulls in across the intersection, backs up through the intersection to park in front of her house.
Mm-hmm.
Like, do you remember that, Mage?
Yeah, I saw it. I was
Yeah.
like, okay.
This lady crazy.
She is. I don't get it. You live in a neighborhood. Let me tell you, you got some characters there, Conan Jones.
Yeah, there is a house for rent down the road from me now, though, Mage.
Oh, is there?
Yeah. The sign says Se Renta.
You, man. I'm trying. Conan Jones is trying to replace me. Jesus.
Oh no, just because like he is moving to the city, and as we drove past it, and this the sign is Spanish for rent.
Oh. All right, let's go ahead and jump into our wins of the week. Conan Jones, what is your win of the week?
It's the weekend, I guess. Like I couldn't really think of one. This week was just like kind of blah.
Yeah,
It's nice just not really having a whole lot to do now.
that
Yeah,
was nice.
pretty
Ma-
dull win.
Mage, what is your win of the week?
Man, so I'm not gonna lie, and I decided to quit my job, there's always that nervousness that you're like, am I doing the right thing? Am I just being impulsive?
Mm-hmm.
And like, I don't know what the deal was, but like Thursday, like I woke up and I was just like, I was like, yeah, I'm doing the right thing. I just felt really good about it. So
Well, good.
I guess that's kind of my win. I just felt really good.
I'm glad you felt good about it and not having regrets.
Yeah.
That's good. I'm happy for you.
No
I just had a
regrets.
good week too, on top of it. I had a pretty good week on top of it.
So my win this week is I went to the doctor on on Thursday to get annual like checkups on my blood pressure and stuff, and I had to get a whole new doctor now because my other doctor left without saying anything. Uh, but things are going pretty good for me. Uh, I gained 10 pounds, but you know with how COVID's been and stuff, I'm really surprised it was just 10 pounds.
Just 10.
I was sitting there. I was like, "Yeah, that's not bad." I thought it was going to be a lot worse.
That could have been way worse.
Yeah, so I was just like, "All right." So, but my blood work's all fine and everything like that. My my thyroid is back to being active again, so I don't have to be. They thought that the next time I went to the doctor got a checkup that if my thyroid still wasn't active, that they'd have to put me on medicine for that. So, but now it's active again, and also she's gonna try to help me get a sleep study done, which I really need to do so I can get my sleep apnea taken care of. So hopefully things are going to work good. The only thing is that I have to go get this other test done, and I have to go get it done on Tuesday. But the Monday before, this coming Monday, I have to go get a COVID test done because of it, just to make it sure I don't have COVID and stuff. And,
It's not that bad.
I'm not looking forward to it because they're gonna swab my brain and stuff.
You'll psych yourself out too much for it. It's really.
It's basically the flu one, right?
I've never had a flu one.
Okay, but anyways, that's what I got to do on Monday. So that's assuming my fail of the week probably next week.
Yeah, you'll be all right.
But yeah, it's been a pretty good. I've been had a pretty good week, other than going back to school, which I don't doubt. Which I doubt we're going to be in for very long. But we will go from there. Well,
We'll find
thank
out.
you guys very much for listening. You can follow us on Twitter, SoundCloud, YouTube, iTunes, and Spotify at Let's Go Gaming. If you have a question or a subject you want to talk about on our next podcast, go leave us a tweet or email us at lowscalegaming@gmail.com. Thank you guys again. And remember, have a great day and a better tomorrow.
The Low Scale Gaming Podcast. Have fun. Goodbye.